這短片節錄自喇嘛張柏太爺有關佛教對於空性的不同闡釋的開示，並加以翻譯為中文。第一部分包括了開示的原本錄影和中文翻譯。第二部分是以上翻譯的純中文部分，有粵語及普通話可供選擇，請在下面的資訊欄取得資料。第二節，宗喀巴的自空，果然巴為何說他差點毀了大乘？
And Dolpopa formed an influential a line of thought came from, I mean, Dolpopa would say he was inheriting a line of thought from certain sutras and from the Kalachakra Tantra. And a line of thought then came from him. Now, there were thinkers in other schools who shared some of these opinions that Dolpopa put forward in his texts, like Nidun Jamso, The Ocean of Certainty, like in the Kamakaju, the third Kamapa Ranjan Dorji. Although he didn't use the same philosophical language as Dolpopa exactly, there's certainly elements in his teachings which seem like Shentong in his concentration on the Buddha nature. But it is not. But Ranjan Dorji's presentation is not so uncompromising as Dolpopa on the absolute reality, the true existence, so to speak, of the Buddha nature, the one absolutely real entity.
他空傳承以及果然巴的第一個批評，篤寶巴形成了一種有影響力的思想體系。篤寶巴會宣稱他自從某些經文和時輪金剛密續中繼承了這一思想體系，而此後這一思想體系便源自於篤寶巴。當然，其他派別的思想家們也贊同篤寶巴在其著作中提出的一些觀點，比如《了義海》的作者，以及覺馬覺舉派的第三世伽馬巴讓炯多傑。雖然讓炯多傑並未完全使用與篤寶巴相同的哲學語言，但他的教義中確實有些元素，特別在專注於佛性方面，似乎與他空頗為相似。然而，讓炯多傑的闡述並不像篤寶巴那樣，在關於究竟實上佛性作為絕對真實實體的真實存在這一點上，表現得如此堅定不妥協。
And then later on, there are other thinkers like Taranata in the Jonan school, and then in the 19th century, Jamgon Contra Lodrotai, also Kamakajipa, like the third Kamapa, also seemed to, in some of his teachings, to kind of carry on some of the elements of Dolpopa's thought, but like the third Kamapa, mixing it together quite a lot with Kamakaju Mahamudra. So for Gorampa, Dolpopa, although he acknowledges what a great practitioner he was, and so on, there is a deviation. And that deviation is because he has made that which is unconditioned, that which cannot be reduced to a position, cannot be put into any category, he's put it into one. He's put it in the category of true existence. And if Buddha nature is therefore truly existent, it cannot help but be conditioned. Because whatever is existent is arising from causing conditions and is therefore destructible, is impermanent.
後來，還有像覺囊派的多羅那他這樣的思想家，以及19世紀的蔣貢、康楚洛卓太爺。後者如同第三世伽馬巴一樣，也屬於覺馬覺舉派。在其部分教導中似乎也延續了篤寶巴思想的某些元素，但與第三世伽馬巴相同，他將其與覺馬家舉的大手印法教進行了大量的融合。儘管果然巴承認篤寶巴是一位偉大的修行者，但對篤寶巴的想法還是存在偏差。這個偏差在於有一個東西是無條件的，無法被歸結為任何立場，也無法被放入任何分類的，而篤寶巴卻把它放進了一個分類，他把它放進了真實存在的分類。如果佛性因此是真實存在的，那它必然是有條件的，因為凡是存在的事物都是由因緣和合所生起的，因此是可毀滅的，是無常的。
Now this seems like a very subtle philosophical point, and Gorampa's not denying that Dolpopa had great meditation experience and was a very good teacher. But finally, he's bottled up the ultimate, that which is beyond affirmations and negations, and by establishing it as a reality that can be affirmed, which is called in Tibetan, he's made of emptiness an affirming negation, as it's called in Tibetan, mayingak. He's reduced it, therefore, to a subtle type of ultimate existence. So Dolpopa argues.
這似乎是一個非常微妙的哲學觀點。果然巴並不否認篤寶巴擁有豐富的禪修經驗，並且是一位非常優秀的導師。但果然巴認為，篤寶巴最終將那個超越肯定與否定的究竟給封裝了起來，將其確立為一個可以被肯定的實體，從而使空性變成一種肯定的否定狀文 Mayingak。因此，篤寶巴將空性簡化為一種微妙的究竟存在。
Now, and that is everything else about Dolpopa's thought, actually, Gorampa quite appreciates. He says it's really, in a way, to be understood as mostly a very great bridge from the Chittamatra teaching to the Madhyamaka. But it's finally not Madhyamaka because, as I said, it's like for Gorampa, the last hurdle, Dolpopa falls into the ditch of true existence, because he affirms the Buddha nature as the one real entity, so to speak, and that is as the mind only have done, with the mind basis of all being the one true entity. Now, Dolpopa's thought is more subtle than that. For him, the Kunji Namshe, the base consciousness, is, like the Madhyamikas say, merely dependently arising phenomena. Buddha nature is beyond that. But Buddha nature is still the real, the truly existent entity for Dolpopa. And in doing that, he's, as it were, brought the unconditioned into the realm of the conditioned, and therefore made it destructible. Now, that's one.
關於篤寶巴思想的其他一切，果然巴其實都很欣賞。他說，在某種意義上，篤寶巴的思想主要是一座從唯識中通往中觀中的偉大橋樑，但它終究不是中觀，因為正如所言，在最後一關，篤寶巴掉進了溝裏，掉進了真實存在的溝裏，因為他肯定了佛性是那唯一的真實實體。這就如同唯識中將心識視為一切存在的基礎，視為唯一的真實實體一樣。果然巴的想法比這更微妙。對他而言，基礎意識藏文 Kunji Namshe 正如中觀所說，僅僅是一種緣起現象，佛性超越於此。但對篤寶巴來說，佛性仍然是真實的、真實存在的實體。而這樣一來，他彷彿將無條件者帶入了有條件者的領域，從而使其變得可被摧毀。以上是一類說法。
The second category, the second type of Madhyamaka thinker in Tibet, the second group, those who subtly are affirming non-existence as emptiness, are the thinkers who follow the great master Tsongkhapa Losang Drakpa, who lived after Dolpopa. He lived in the late 14th, early 15th century, and Tsongkhapa was, of course, a disciple of great masters from different schools, from Sakya and Kagyu and Kadam, particularly Kadam school. But he had his own kind of distinctive take on Madhyamaka, which he claimed arose from the visionary teachings he received from the Bodhisattva Manjushri, the embodiment of primordial wisdom. For Tsongkhapa, his thought is very rich and very extensive, so it's impossible to reduce them all in such a kind of capsule way. But for Tsongkhapa, of course, Dolpopa had erred for here, as far as he was concerned, very much. It almost like Dolpopa's thought was a type of eternalism, as far as Tsongkhapa and his disciples were concerned. One might say barely Buddhist.
宗喀巴的自空中觀立場。第二類西藏中觀思想家，也就是巧妙地將非存在肯定為空性的人，是跟隨宗喀巴洛桑扎巴大師的思想家。宗喀巴出生於督寶巴之後，即14世紀末至15世紀初。他當然是不同教派薩迦、嘉舉，特別是覺當派大師們的弟子，但他對中觀有着自己獨特的見解。他聲稱這些見解源自他從文殊菩薩本初智慧的化身那裡獲得的授記教法。宗喀巴的思想非常豐富且廣泛，因此不可能以如此簡單的方式將其全部概括。當然，對宗喀巴而言，督寶巴在他看來是犯了嚴重錯誤的。就宗喀巴及其弟子而言，督寶巴的思想幾乎是一種永恆主義，可以說幾乎不是佛教思想。
But for Tsongkhapa, the importance of emptiness was that emptiness was actually just the lack of intrinsic nature in any given phenomenon. An emptiness which is, so to speak, a quality of those phenomena, which quality you could arrive at through intellectual determination. So that by analyzing how indeed any given phenomena was dependently originated, you grasp that entity, whether it's an atom, or consciousness, or physical or material, you grasp its emptiness by seeing that quality or that characteristic of being dependently arisen. So emptiness becomes, in fact, a quality possessed by phenomena if you follow Tsongkhapa's line of argument. So for Tsongkhapa, therefore, those people emphasizing emptiness as being free from all positions, as being free from all categorizations, as being free from all extremes, were dangerously close to saying there is nothing can be known, there's nothing that can be known at all, and one just simply must give up all conceptualization, as it were, and rest in that, as the early Zen teachers who came to Tibet in the 8th century, the Hoshang masters as they were called, had argued and been rejected, of course, by the majority of Tibetan thinkers and teachers.
對宗喀巴來說，空性的重要意思是，任何現象都缺乏固有本質。空性可以說是這些現象的一種特質。你可以通過理智的判斷來理解到這種特質。因此，通過分析任何現象是如何緣起，無論是原子還是意識，是物質還是非物質，你都能通過觀察這種緣起性質或特徵來領悟到空性。因此，如果你遵循宗喀巴的論證思路，那麼空性實際上就成為了現象所具有的一種特性。對宗喀巴而言，那些強調空性即擺脫一切立場、擺脫一切分類、擺脫一切極端的人，已經危險地接近於主張沒有什麼可以被認知了，而人們必須徹底摒棄一切概念化思維，並安住於此。正如8世紀來到西藏的早期禪宗師傅被稱為和尚所主張的那樣，當然，他們的觀點遭到了大多數西藏思想家和導師的駁斥。
So for Tsongkhapa, that the only way for an ordinary person to, as it were, understand emptiness is by that intellectual operation in which you see that things lack intrinsic nature. And to meditate on that is simply to continue with that investigation and arrive at the correct intellectual determination, the correct intellectual position. So, for instance, teachers who taught that the way to meditate properly is a combination of examination and non-conceptual resting meditation to go beyond the mere intellectual understanding. For him, they were deviating into a kind of nihilism, a kind of know-nothingness. And therefore he targeted many of the earlier Madhyamaka teachers in Tibet, in fact everybody prior to himself, as falling into this know-nothingism, this abolition of reasoning.
因此，對宗喀巴而言，普通人理解空性的唯一途徑是通過理智的運作。在這種運作中，你會看到事物缺乏固有本質，而對此繼續進行靜思和探究，並達到正確的理智判斷，即正確的理智立場。例如，有些上師教導說，正確的禪修方式是審視與非概念性的靜息禪修的結合，以超越純粹的理智理解。對宗喀巴而言，這些人正偏入一種虛無主義，一種一無所知的境地。因此，他將西藏許多早期中觀上師，實際上是他之前的所有人，都視為陷入了這種廢棄推理的一無所知論。
There's much else in Tsongkhapa's system one could talk about. For instance, in terms of the understanding of emptiness. For instance, one of the things Madhyamaka thinkers had to do was in some way reconcile how the absence of inherent nature in any phenomena, because they're all dependent originated, allows for the transmission of karma, the transmission of imprints and so on and so forth. Well, for most Madhyamaka masters, actually, the best way to describe the process of transmission of karma is through that mind-only teaching that karma is transmitted as imprints in the base consciousness, the kunji namshe, that arises and passes away from moment to moment. Now, of course, from a profound Madhyamaka point of view, the kunji is a merely conventional appearing phenomenon. It's not intrinsically real. But there is no more subtle way to describe the process of transmission of karma, of cause and effect from one moment to the next, than this. So the Madhyamaka thinkers will say that is the best conventional truth description of karmic transmission that there can be. But for Tsongkhapa, any kind of compromise like that with the mind-only teaching was mistaken, because it ran the risk of obscuring the teaching that phenomena simply lack inherent nature, and that is the meaning of emptiness. And that is why, due to his insistence on lack of intrinsic nature as being the real nature of emptiness, and rejection of every other understanding, Tsongkhapa runs the risk, according to Garampa, of turning emptiness into a subtle affirmation of non-existence. Because how can Tsongkhapa explain continuity with such a phenomenon, such an idea that there is only the lack of intrinsic nature? There is nothing more about the nature of reality. And indeed, it is difficult to see how that can be the case. That phenomena can act as causes and conditions. How karma can be transmitted.
果然巴的兩大反擊，在理解空性方面，宗喀巴的體系中還有很多其他內容值得探討。例如，中觀思想家必須處理的一個問題是，如何調和任何現象皆無自性，因為它們皆緣起而生，與業力的傳遞、印記的傳遞等等。對大多數中觀大師而言，描述業力傳遞過程的最佳方式其實是透過唯識中的教義，即業力作為印記，在剎那生滅的基礎意識中傳遞。當然，從深層的中觀角度來看，基礎意識只是一種世俗顯現的現象，並非真實存在。但對於描述業力因果從一個剎那到下一個剎那的傳遞過程，沒有比這更微妙的方式了。因此，中觀思想家會說，這是對業力傳遞所能做出的最佳世俗諦描述。但對於宗喀巴而言，任何此類與唯識中的妥協都是錯誤的，因為它有可能抹殺或掩蓋現象本無自性的教義，而這正是空性的意義所在。 正因如此，他堅持認為本無自性是空性的真實本質，並堅決否定和排斥其他所有理解。據果然巴所述，宗喀巴面臨的風險是將空性轉變成一種對非存在的微妙肯定，因為宗喀巴堅持缺乏固有本質是空性的真實本質，並以此斷定和拒斥所有其他理解。因為如果只有缺乏固有本質，而對實相的本質別無進一步的認識，宗喀巴如何能解釋連續性？事實上，很難理解現象如何能作為因與緣，以及業力如何能被傳遞。
Once again, I'm simplifying in characterizing Tsongkhapa this way, but that is Gorampa's take on it. And also, of course, I say of course, but another distinct feature of Tsongkhapa's thought is because he argued that emptiness means finally nothing more than the lack of intrinsic nature in any phenomena. He argued that even Hinayanists fully realize emptiness, that the Shravakas and Pratyeka Buddhas, Soichi realizes, they can, if they understand that phenomena lack intrinsic nature, fully apprehend emptiness. But then, as in this case, that would mean that there is really finally very little distinction between a bodhisattva's understanding of emptiness, which leads to Buddhahood, and that of the Shravakas and Pratyeka Buddhas. So, as Gorampa says in his critique of this, you've actually collapsed the Mahayana. You've made the Mahayana redundant by claiming such a thing. Whereas the real understanding of emptiness in Mahayana goes far beyond merely your lack of intrinsic nature.
我簡化了對宗喀巴的描述，但這正是果然巴的觀點。我也必須說，宗喀巴思想的另一個顯著特徵是他認為空性最終無非是指任何現象都缺乏固有本質。他認為，即便是小乘佛教徒也能充分認識到空性，而聲聞和辟支佛的獨覺者，如果他們理解現象缺乏固有本質，也能完全領悟空性。但這樣一來，正如本例所示，那就意味着菩薩對空性的理解。這種理解能導向成佛，與聲聞和辟支佛的理解之間，最終無太大差別。正如果然巴對此的批判中所說，宗喀巴實際上已經瓦解了大乘佛教。宗喀巴這麼說，讓大乘佛教顯得多餘了。而大乘佛教中對空性的真實理解，遠不止於缺乏固有本質而已。純中文翻譯。第二節。宗喀巴的自空，果然巴為何說他差點毀了大乘？他空傳承，以及果然巴的第一個批評。篤寶巴形成了一種有影響力的思想體系。篤寶巴會宣稱他是從某些經文和時輪金剛密續中繼承了這一思想體系，而此後這一思想體系便源自於篤寶巴。當然，其他派別的思想家們也贊同篤寶巴在其著作中提出的一些觀點，比如《了義海》的作者，以及噶瑪葛舉派的第三世伽瑪巴讓炯多傑。雖然讓炯多傑並未完全使用與篤寶巴相同的哲學語言，但他的教義中確實有些元素，特別在專注於佛性方面，似乎與他空頗為相似。然而，讓炯多傑的闡述並不像篤寶巴那樣，在關於究竟實相、佛性作為絕對真實實體的真實存在這一點上，表現得如此堅定不妥協。後來，還有像覺囊派的多羅那他這樣的思想家，以及19世紀的蔣貢、康楚洛卓泰耶，後者如同第三世伽瑪巴一樣，也屬於噶瑪葛舉派。在其部分教導中，似乎也延續了篤寶巴思想的某些元素，但與第三世伽瑪巴相同，他將其與噶瑪嘉舉的大手印法教進行了大量的融合。儘管果然巴承認篤寶巴是一位偉大的修行者，但對篤寶巴的想法還是存在偏差。這個偏差在於，有一個東西是無條件的，無法被歸結為任何立場，也無法被放入任何分類的， 而督寶巴卻把它放進了一個分類，他把它放進了真實存在的分類。如果佛性因此是真實存在的，那它必然是有條件的，因為凡是存在的事物都是由因緣和合所生起的，因此是可毀滅的，是無常的。這似乎是一個非常微妙的哲學觀點。果然巴並不否認督寶巴擁有豐富的禪修經驗，並且是一位非常優秀的導師，但果然巴認為督寶巴最終將那個超越肯定與否定的究竟給封裝了起來，將其確立為一個可以被肯定的實體，從而使空性變成一種肯定的否定狀文莫因格。因此，督寶巴將空性簡化為一種微妙的究竟存在。關於督寶巴思想的其他一切，果然巴其實都很欣賞。他說，在某種意義上，督寶巴的思想主要是一座從唯識中通往中觀中的偉大橋樑，但它終究不是中觀，因為正如所言，在最後一關，督寶巴掉進了溝裏，掉進了真實存在的溝裏，因為他肯定了佛性是那唯一的真實實體。這就如同唯識中將心識視為一切存在的基礎，視為唯一的真實實體一樣。果然巴的想法比這更微妙。對他而言，基礎意識狀文 Kunjinomshir 正如中觀所說，僅僅是一種緣起現象。佛性超越於此，但對督寶巴來說，佛性仍然是真實的、真實存在的實體。而這樣一來，他仿佛將無條件者帶入了有條件者的領域，從而使其變得可被摧毀。以上是一類說法。宗喀巴的自空中觀立場。第二類西藏中觀思想家，也就是巧妙地將非存在肯定為空性的人，是跟隨宗喀巴洛桑扎巴大師的思想家。宗喀巴出生於督寶巴之後，即14世紀末至15世紀初。他當然是不同教派薩迦、嘉舉，特別是覺當派大師們的弟子，但他對中觀有着自己獨特的見解。他聲稱這些見解源自他從文殊菩薩本初智慧的化身那裡獲得的授記教法。宗喀巴的思想非常豐富且廣泛，因此不可能以如此簡單的方式將其全部概括。當然，對宗喀巴而言，督寶巴在他看來是犯了嚴重錯誤的。就宗喀巴及其弟子而言，督寶巴的思想幾乎是一種永恆主義，可以說幾乎不是佛教思想。對宗喀巴來說，空性的重要意思是，任何現象都缺乏固有本質，空性可以說是這些現象的一種特質。你可以通過理智的判斷來理解到這種特質，因此，通過分析任何現象是如何緣起，無論是原子還是意識，是物質還是非物質，你都能通過觀察這種緣起性質或特徵來領悟到空性。因此，如果你遵循宗喀巴的論證思路，那麼空性實際上就成為了現象所具有的一種特性。對宗喀巴而言，那些強調空性即擺脫一切立場、擺脫一切分類、擺脫一切極端的人，已經危險地接近於主張沒有什麼可以被認知了，而人們必須徹底摒棄一切概念化思維，並安住於此。正如8世紀來到西藏的早期禪宗師父，被稱為和尚所主張的那樣。當然，他們的觀點遭到了大多數西藏思想家和導師的駁斥。因此，對宗喀巴而言，普通人理解空性的唯一途徑是通過理智的運作。在這種運作中，你會看到事物缺乏固有本質，而對此繼續進行靜思和探究，並達到正確的理智判斷，即正確的理智立場。例如，有些上師教導說，正確的禪修方式是審視與非概念性的靜識禪修的結合，以超越純粹的理智理解。對宗喀巴而言，這些人正偏入一種虛無主義，一種 一無所知的境地。因此，他將西藏許多早期中觀上師，實際上是他之前的所有人，都視為陷入了這種廢棄推理的一無所知論。果然巴的兩大反擊，在理解空性方面，宗喀巴的體系中還有很多其他內容值得探討。例如，中觀思想家必須處理的一個問題是，如何調和任何現象皆無自性，因為它們皆緣起而生，與業力的傳遞、印記的傳遞等等。對大多數中觀大師而言，描述業力傳遞過程的最佳方式，其實是透過唯識中的教義，即業力作為印記，在剎那生滅的基礎意識中傳遞。當然，從深層的中觀角度來看，基礎意識只是一種世俗顯現的現象，並非真實存在。但對於描述業力因果從一個剎那到下一個剎那的傳遞過程，沒有比這更微妙的方式了。因此，中觀思想家會說，這是對業力傳遞所能做出的最佳世俗諦描述。但對於宗喀巴而言，任何此類與唯識中的妥協都是錯誤的，因為它有可能抹殺或掩蓋現象本無自性的教義，而這正是空性的意義所在。正因如此，他堅持認為本無自性是空性的真實本質，並堅決否定和排斥其他所有理解。據果然巴所述，宗喀巴面臨的風險是將空性轉變成一種對非存在的微妙肯定，因為宗喀巴堅持缺乏固有本質是空性的真實本質，並以此斷定和拒斥所有其他理解。因為如果只有缺乏固有本質，而對實相的本質別無進一步的認識，宗喀巴如何能解釋連續性？事實上，很難理解現象如何能作為因與緣，以及業力如何能被傳遞。我簡化了對宗喀巴的描述，但這正是果然巴的觀點。我也必須說，宗喀巴思想的另一個顯著特徵是他認為空性最終無非是指任何現象都缺乏固有本質。他認為，即便是小乘佛教徒也能充分認識到空性，而聲聞和辟支佛的獨覺者，如果他們理解現象缺乏固有本質，也能完全領悟空性。但這樣一來，正如本例所示，那就意味着菩薩對空性的理解，這種理解能導向成佛，與聲聞和辟支佛的理解之間，最終無太大差別。正如果然巴對此的批判中所說，宗喀巴實際上已經瓦解了大乘佛教。宗喀巴這麼說，讓大乘佛教顯得多餘了，而大乘佛教中對空性的真實理解，遠不止於缺乏固有本質而已。下一段將講解離邊中觀。